Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, KGRA proudly brings to you its Pop Culture Minefield's Dork Side of the Ring! The Dork Knight, Danny Ballard, the Atmosphere, Joe Rivers, the Dork Side of the Ring! And if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you. Suck it!
All right, boys and girls, you are witnessing wrestling history as the NDO, the New Dork Order, takes over Dork Side of the Ring. What's going on, Johnny?
Hey, what's going on, Joe? Missed you last week.
You're going to join me in this faction? That's okay. It's okay if you weren't here last week, because it doesn't matter what Danny Ballard thinks. We're taking over.
Hey, watch it. My tagline today is very rock related.
Oh, wow. Look at you. That's cool.
Back.
Oh,
we made the list.
Look out, man. Well, listen, boys and girls, we're gonna start today with State of the Apron, because somebody we know needs a little time. So
somebody's unprepared.
We're gonna go ahead and do our State of the Apron thing here to start the show, and of course, we all know that the hardest part of the ring is the.
It doesn't matter what you think.
Or what I think, apparently, but the State of the Apron report is about everything. The hardest part of wrestling is getting to the big dance, the big show, the big 2. So we're going to let you know what's going on with everything else that has to do with wrestling. And we're going to start with something a little more serious this week. Son of wrestling legend, the $1 Million Man, charged in welfare scandal involving Brett Favre. Now, this story's been out there in the wind for a while now. I've reported on it. My brother and I do a show called The Brothers Hack the Matrix, where we do headlines and get into them. And this has been going on in Mississippi for a little bit. Federal prosecutors say that Theodore Ted DiBiase Jr., the son, not senior, received millions in state aid intended for needy families, but the ex-wrestler used the funds to buy a vehicle and a boat. You can go read this article on NBC News, but this has been out there for a while. It has to do with a free lunch program and some different welfare programs that they built. It said out of an estimated $70 million plus. And Favre built a new ball field for a school or something with it and stuff like that. So his name is attached to it. I'm not sure of his involvement, but yeah, Ted DiBiase Jr. seems to be in a lot of trouble. So go check that out.
Yeah, I heard he might be facing decades.
Yes, decades of
each charge carries like a maximum of 20 years.
Right.
And
it's like bank fraud. I believe it's like 4 or 6 bank fraud charges. And yeah, it's pretty bad. So say a prayer for Ted Sr., because I'm sure he's not having a good time with this.
It's kind of sad that his son became the heel $1 million man better than his dad.
Right. And he's doing what the character did, right?
Yeah, right.
It's pretty sad.
They're like, oh, it's a chip off the old block.
Right. The next story I've got here is an interview with Fandango this week. And he wants to end his wrestling career on a more serious note. Yeah, he's called Dirty Dango now in Impact Wrestling. And he was speaking to Mike McGuire on Sunday night's main event.
You remember when that was a thing, when the whole crowd would dango?
Yes, absolutely, man. Absolutely, I remember that. He said they put the Fandango character on me, and Vince is like, you're not a wrestler, you're a ballroom dancer. I have a whole locker room full of wrestlers, everything that I kind of knew in terms of between the 20 by 20 was kind of thrown out the window. I guess not saying I was as good a wrestler as Norman Smiley, but he was a great wrestler, catch wrestler, and he got to WCW. I didn't really wrestle at all. Most of my run in WWE was kind of a more comedic and not a lot of wrestling. It was more character based. But now that he's in Impact, he wants to do something a little bit more on a serious note. Now, I haven't seen that out of him yet. Every time he comes out there, he's usually doing the same Fandango shtick. But hopefully he can do something a little better in Impact to wrap up his career. The next one that I have here for you, Naomi trains in the ring amid wrestling hiatus. Apparently talks fell through with NJPW, which is New Japan, and Stardom. But this was posted on Instagram. Fellow former WWE star, I don't know how to pronounce his first name, Sumire Del Sol, he's a luchador, shared footage of him working out with Naomi in the ring on Instagram. So it looks like she is getting ready to come back in some way, shape, or form. They were negotiating to try and get her in there with Mercedes Moné, but apparently the money wasn't right, and she's not going over there. Of course, it's probably going to have to be a lot of money to get her out of the States because, you know, she's married to, or is it Jay or Jimmy? She's married to
Jimmy Uso.
Yeah, Jimmy, that's it. So it probably have to be a lot of money to get her out of there. And speaking of her,
I feel like over time, eventually she's going to just wind up back in the Big E.
Yeah, I think they are. Yeah, I think that's going to happen too. I do. It's just, I don't think she minds taking the time off. I really don't.
No, I'm actually, now I don't know what Naomi's personal views are, and I'm not speaking for her, but I'm actually shocked she's not using this opportunity to have a baby.
Right. Yeah.
Usually,
I heard it's going. And if
yeah, I mean,
have a family,
the storylines going on. This would be like the perfect time.
Apparently Daryl Harris says Naomi and Jade have become friends in real life and
Jade
have
Cargo?
been hanging out. Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Hey.
Maybe Naomi could be the newest baddie.
Look out. You never know. Okay. And speaking of her ex-partner, I hate to tell you this, Danny Ballard, if you're listening, but she lost the IWGP title.
Did she even have one defense?
I think she's had one. I can't remember where it was, but Monet defended the IWGP Women's Championship against Mua Iwatani at Stardom, which is now Stardom is an all women's promotion in Japan.
Yeah.
And look at Dork Knight. He's like, no. Yes, it happened, brother. Grand Queendom was the name of the All-Star Grand Queendom, and this was apparently this morning, our time, because it says it was April 23rd. So it must, I got this article not like maybe 45 minutes ago.
Breaking news.
This is breaking news. Monet loses the title. And the challenger emerged victorious, which is Moe Iwatani. As a result, Monet's reign has come to an end. She previously won the title by defeating Kairi Sane at New Japan Wrestling Battle in the Valley on February 18th. So there's some footage down here. Go check out her tweet. She has a little minute and a half backstage promo. We know how this show is. We can't really show videos in my segment, even though I'd love to. But
you always get us banned, Joe.
Check that out. Huh?
I said, you always get us banned.
I know. I do. I get us. He has to do a bunch of editing when I do things and stuff. And that just sucks. But the tweets out there. Now, don't get confused. When you see the tweet, it's going to be nothing but Japanese stuff. Okay. But if you go to the Wrestling Zone and check out the article, Mercedes Moné loses IWGP women's title, then you'll find it. It's in the article. Okay. And then, of course, the biggest of the smaller promotions outside of AEW and WWE had their Rebellion pay-per-view last Sunday after we aired last Sunday. And the big news out of that show was, hang on one second, I have pictures for this. Let me make sure I get this up correctly. First of all, the women's title was won by Deanna Purrazzo. She beat Jordan Grace in the main event. This first time they ever had women in the main event on.
That was a miscarriage of justice.
It was a miscarriage of justice.
Jordan Grace
should be the champ, and I'm sure she'll win it back from this chick. But yeah.
I was talking about the fact that Jordan Grace lost. I love Jordan Grace.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying. I agree with you. They should have put the strap on Jordan Grace. Absolutely. It is a miscarriage of justice, but she'll get it back. She will get it back. I have no doubt she'll get it back. And then, of course, in the men's championship, it was Katana losing to Steve Macklin, which we knew was going to happen. We knew that we weren't going to put that strap on.
I just can't believe Steve Cutler is a world champion.
Believe it, bro. This ham and egger that's rose to such heights.
Oh my God!
But his reign is going to probably be pretty short because the news of the week for me, boys and girls, the National Treasure is back in the Impact Zone. Yes, it's Nick Aldis. Of course, the last time he wrestled for Impact,
is he Magnus again?
He's not Magnus. No, he came out. He came out before the title match for the men and sat in commentary at the desk. And look at Dork Knight. He says, yawn. You know what? You've never watched this guy. You don't know what you're talking about. He is great. And by the way, you've seen his bout with Cody Rhodes at the original All In. So I don't want to hear that. You know that was a great match. Give me that yawn shit. Anyway, he's back. And apparently, according to this article that we have here, Nick Aldis is reportedly working for Impact Wrestling without a contract for now. So he just wanted to get his foot in the door.
So when Vince eventually dies or retires or is ousted again, he can sign with WWE then.
Yeah, there you go. He's playing his cards right. I mean, this guy, he's not hurting for money. He's always taking care of himself. Him and everybody knows that pays attention to this. He's married to Mickie James. So they're not hurting for money. They've got a family together. And he can do this. He can kick back and wait until a certain door's open. So that is the state of the apron for this week, boys and girls. And my favorite thing about it is my man, Nick Aldis, is back in front of the wrestling fans. I dig it. Thanks a lot, John, for sharing that. You good? Drop that now. What do you think of Nick coming back, man? And he's definitely going to throw himself into that friggin' main event scene. You know that. So
yeah, I think
it doesn't matter what you think.
Look,
Danny, can you please refrain from Picard spoilers? I'm about to start watching it.
That's from season 1, bro. That's from season 1.
I know.
Jesus.
I'm just
Let me tell you something. You jabronis think you can come in here and take over the dork side of the ring with your NDO.
Non-disclosure.
You didn't know? Your ass better call somebody.
with your GMO vegetables and fruit.
You just made the list.
You're
I'm
damn
always
right.
on the list. I'm the one that makes him edit and shit because I keep showing videos. Yeah.
Silence, jabroni. Speaking of non-GMOs, today's sponsor, Fuel. They finally sent me the one that I wanted. So I've been doing Wake in the morning instead of the coffee, right? And now it's playtime, baby. Ooh, yeah, it's getting to the afternoon. I want to get my hydration and my concentration. We all know that my ass needs help with concentration. So this is, hey, don't laugh too hard, baby. So here's what we're gonna do. This is my first time trying. I'm gonna do this. I just opened it. Okay, it's my first time trying it. I got my little handy dandy shaker that they give you. Fuel up for life. Hey, do me a favor, Mr. Producer Man, if you haven't already. Oh, he already did. He's on top of it.
He's all over.
He threw the link in there.
He's way ahead of you, bro.
So I'm gonna do my scoopy scoop. Look at that. I'm gonna do like a little hefty heaping scoop. What flavor is this? The other one was orange. This is fruit punch. I typically like fruit punch, so hopefully this goes well. All right.
Yeah, you're a fruity guy. Yeah, I can see that.
Smells good. Shit. I got a little waft of it, and the little like dusty particles came up, and I got a little taste. I think I'm going to enjoy this a lot, actually. This might be good. I got to ask the guys. This might be good if I mixed it up with like some seltzer water, for a little bit of bubbly,
I don't know.
Oh, wow, man. That is.
Not sure, man.
That turned color. Look at that. All right. So, moment of truth. I got to get a soundboard set up one of these days and play a little drum roll or something. So let's see how this goes. Fuel up, play.
There it is.
It's
Pretty good.
It's actually better than the orange one. Yeah,
All right,
it's actually
cool.
really good.
Uh-oh. I see a thumbs up on top of my head.
Yeah, what's up,
man?
John?
What's up,
You got
Daddy?
something to say, bro? Oh, I think that was an accident.
That
Little
was
technical
an
blooper.
inadvertent thing. But yeah, I'm sorry to report that your girl lost her strap. Dude.
Hey, look, man. We always knew she only had a 3-match deal. She won the title, defends the title, loses the title. She was just, I think, who said it in the chat? Daryl. I acknowledge you, Daryl. He said that she was just a transitional title holder because, yeah, she's not staying in Japan long term. I think she just wanted that notch on her belt to say she was the women's champion over there.
Right.
And I'm not going to lie, man. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Sasha Banks, or I guess Mercedes Moné,
right,
and Trinity Fatu in AEW sometime soon. I really think that would not be shocking.
Or Ring of Honor.
Excellent, man. This is really good.
Ring of Honor.
That's
another way to go. You know, that would be a way to get eyes on that. You know, new customers over to their Honor Club thing. So yeah, I can see that.
You dumb bastard. Unmute yourself next time. Anyway, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so fuel up. Go to fuelup.gg/dorkring. Use promo code dorkring. Get free shipping. And we'll see. I don't know how quickly this stuff works. It's a 2-hour stream. I'm going to try to drink it as quick as I can and see if it helps the old concentration before the end of the show.
We're going to be 20 minutes in, which is in 3 minutes. And all of a sudden, Danny's going to look like he just did 4 rails of cocaine.
Right.
You're looking like Tony Khan.
He's going to go full macho on us. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. As a former heart attack survivor, I do not use nor condone. What the fuck is the word I'm looking for? Condone.
Advocate
of the little white powder that's not snow. Yeah,
I'm just reading the chat. That's great.
I love that you're doing that in the Macho Man voice because, like, seriously, that guy was probably one of the biggest offenders of cocaine.
Yeah,
I'm always on the.
That dude looked like he breathed cocaine.
Yeah. It's Stephanie McMahon. Oh my God! Let me tell you something. That was the anyway. All right, so
hey, that was not confirmed.
Well, it's also not denied. So
no. So
we got Mr. Pico Boulevard. Is this ringside of the Dork? Close enough. You know, you dislike
ringside of the Dork. That's it.
We got Danielle Hess. She says, "Hi guys, what's up?" Daryl, of course, my mother was the first one in the chat. Got a pretty light crowd today. I need to get better at promoting this show, but thank you to each and every one of you. I bet you my buddy Trey shows up like an hour into the show like usual. But
where's the Jeebus?
You know, I was wondering if I got heat with him, man, because we haven't seen him in a minute. And so I'm pimping my, if I may, since we started out with your little invasion, your State of the Apron invasion. So
the NDO,
yeah, so we made sure it got on the air this week. We didn't get a chance to catch up and say hey. Now Johnny was absent last week, so I haven't seen you in 2 weeks. And I tell you what, that was like some of the best 2 weeks of my life. No, I'm just kidding. So what have you been up to since I saw you last?
I just went out to California last weekend, went to some Knott's Berry Farm.
California. I've driven by Knott's Berry Farm plenty of times. I've never been. That's basically like it's like an amusement park, but it's like a fair, basically, right? It's just like a
it was the Boysenberry Fest too. So like they had all the special food items. I had this like fried cream cheese with this boysenberry jam dip. It was chef kiss. It was delicious.
I can't eat that. Oh, okay, my bad, Trey. Thank you for. I acknowledge you. Thank you very much. What about you, Joe? I mean, it's only been a week for you, but you know.
Yeah, man, I'm doing fine, dude. Just chugging along, man.
You popped in on one of my shows this past week. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Yeah, so for those
pop in on everybody's show, man.
Another major thing happened in my life.
Oh, okay.
So I had to go down to part-time hours at my job because, personally, I have a surgery coming up. So, needed to take time off for physical therapy and all that. But I now have Mondays and Fridays off. So if either of you guys have shows on Mondays or Fridays, I might be popping in.
Okay.
No, but you know what? Maybe we can come up with something, because I would like a supplemental show. It sucks being like a week behind on stuff. Like, for example, tonight there's going to be the two new like A&E WWE by like Biography and Rivals, and it sucks to wait like a whole 7 days after they've aired to talk about them. But that's fine. And you said there was a pay-per-view last Sunday
when we went off
show.
the air, Rebellion
So
happened.
I think
Sunday.
a Monday show would be
Monday
fun
night.
if you maybe Johnny, we'll have this production meeting later. But
maybe it could be like an hour, like it could be our Rampage.
Yeah, it'd be our Rampage. Which so Rampage. Well, we'll get into that when we do AEW. So Joe, before you were so rudely interrupted by Johnny Rock, you were finishing to tell me about your week since I saw you last.
Yeah, just been working. I was on 70s Rock Fans show last week on Monday. Yeah, I'm not available on Mondays. That'd be a perfect day for you and Johnny to do your thing. I'm always at the disposal of 70s Rock Fan. He's been doing this thing called the Rock and Roll Rowdies, which he's doing on this channel too, on his Thursday shows. It's all guys that were tour managers in the 70s and 80s kind of thing. Came up in the 60s as roadies, ended up being tour managers and stuff. And yeah, that we've been enjoying that show a lot, man. Did that Monday. And then of course, I got my full schedule I got. So yeah, it was a good week.
Right on.
Good week.
I had a really, really, really busy week.
You're doing a lot more shows.
Yeah. But it was fun. What happened? We lost somebody?
I have no clue what happened.
Oh, that was weird.
Boingy, boingy.
So, gosh, I'm way behind on my article, and I actually owe them 2 more now. So I'm like,
yeah, but Picard's done now, so you should be done with that one show, right?
Well, those are the articles I'm still talking. Like, I've been so busy, so I launched a website this week. I'd pimp them. Well, actually,
Johnny, that's not a spoiler. Everybody knows it's over.
Just don't want you to enter into spoil. I don't want you to take a journey into spoiler
I'm
territory.
not going to take a journey into that. This is a wrestling show.
It's a wrestling show.
He's going to be, he's going to be freed up now.
I'm just getting you caught up on my freaking week, bro. Anyway, so we had, oh gosh, what'd I do? So then Wednesday we did, I always do a show with the Salty Trekker on his channel. It's on, if I were a professional, I'd put the link in the chat, but you can find him, Salty Trekker. It's the first thing that pops up, all one word. And we do a Star Wars show on Wednesdays, and we reviewed the finale of Mandalorian. Spoiler alert, it sucked. I mean, the whole season sucked. So
why would you say that?
Because it was fucking terrible. And if you want to know why, go check out. It's actually on my channel also. Which
I don't think the whole season sucked. I think the last 2 episodes were good. So
yeah, 2 out of 8 episodes.
Okay.
Hey, Daryl,
I come from the old school of the Legends canon, and I love this season.
Ghost from the coast. Yo, nerds. What up, Ghost? Thanks for joining us. Yeah, but nobody asked you, Johnny. Anyway, so
why you gotta diminish my opinion like that?
Yeah,
because that's what he does. If you don't agree with Danny, he goes, you're full of shit.
I'm the heel and you're the baby face.
Yeah,
it's all good. Just
he's
suck
the
it
heel.
up, Buttercup.
We got
Thursday, so Wednesday I did that. Thursday, same channel, Salty Trekker. It's also on my channel, the Dork Knight LV. And we reviewed the finale of Picard. And I'm not going to spoil anything, Johnny. So before you can say it, don't. Okay.
From any of the season, I haven't seen
all I'm
any
gonna
of the
say.
last season.
All I'm going to say is, and I'm not ashamed to admit it, I was a blubbering mess for.
You were tweeting that shit. I'm not crying. I'm not crying. You're crying. Yeah,
I was a blubbering
like,
mess
dude.
for 45 minutes out of that hour-long episode. It was
this is
and Johnny, stick around. There's an after credits scene, which there usually isn't. That's why I'm telling you that. That's not a spoiler.
Okay.
Just stick
Yeah,
around
that's
for
not a
that.
spoiler. 'Cause, yeah, there is.
But holy shit,
that's
I
okay.
had,
Just don't tell me what it consists of.
of course.
But thanks for the heads up on the after credits.
Yeah. I had all the feels, man. And and don't look at my Twitter though, since you don't want.
Yeah,
spoilers.
don't look at his Twitter.
Yeah, don't look at my Twitter.
I will
because
not.
he was
'Cause I waited.
Chatty Cathy on Twitter.
Oh my God,
I
dude.
actively avoid your Twitter.
Yeah, so so good. It was so good. So good. And then what else did I do? I
You
did
watched some wrestling. I know that.
Saturday. Well, I'm just trying to catch up. So Saturday, I was a guest on the Salty Nerd podcast, which was a lot of fun. But we talked about the same things I talked about on the Wednesday and Thursday show. Yeah. What?
Did you make it out to the studio last week?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I did. And Cece actually came with me.
Him and Cece were on. Yeah.
How was it?
It's nice, dude.
His voice was smooth as butter.
Dude, they've got those super nice, expensive, high dollar mic. I mean, everything in it, dude. So he was telling me it's like about $30,000 is what it took to do that.
Wow.
Ha! Hey, man, he said no spoilers. For those of you who can't see, who
I was not looking.
Okay, well then close your ears.
Comment, delete the comment. I'm
for
not.
For those of you
it's a spoiler.
Watching,
I'm muting
Wesley shows up and kills Jack because he wanted that Picard.
You guys done?
No, never got.
No, yeah. Wesley shows up, kills Jack because he wanted that Picard love he never got.
That's it.
Yeah.
Right, it's not a real spoiler. Don't worry.
Okay. No, we're done.
Care.
Yeah, no, it's fine. So that was a lot of fun.
If it was in the comments, like now I can't even look at the comments because people could be spoiling shit in the comments.
Yeah, right. So but then point was I was so busy and I forgot that they moved Rampage to Saturday. I did not get a chance to watch Rampage. I do have the results pulled up on this screen over here. So when we get to it, I will. But full disclosure, I didn't get to watch Rampage. I forgot they moved it.
But they're trying to get more eyes on it. They moved. They brought Jeff Hardy in last week on Dynamite, and they swiftly moved him to Rampage.
Oh wow! Okay,
yeah. Okay, so they're trying to get eyes on it.
I'll learn about that. Like I didn't even get to read it yet.
Yep.
So the thumbnail. Do we want to talk about that before we review, or do we want to save that for the end?
We can start with AEW. AEW was kind of a week anyway.
All right. So I don't know if we touched on a little bit last week. Johnny wasn't here, but I don't know if you guys have heard, but the rumor mill is a swarming. Uncle Dave over at the Wrestling Observer is reporting almost every day this week about this. Supposedly, CM Punk is on his way back to AEW. Not only is he on his way back, they're going to give him his own damn show called AEW Collision. It's going to be a 2-hour show Saturday nights, and it's going to debut in Chicago on the 17th of June. Holy shit!
I think they originally trademarked it as Collison.
Oh, that's funny.
How do you misspell the thing on your trademark application?
They need to fire Mega. That's really all it is. That was her. I mean, she's their
right.
Dumb bitch. Anyway, so sorry. The opinions expressed here do not represent Pop Culture Minefield,
no, they do
KGRA, or these two jackalopes.
We speak
here.
for ourselves because it's dangerous to be talking in somebody else's brain.
So here's the thing. On one hand, I don't know if you guys know the whole story, and I can bring up an article if you don't. But on one hand, I'm a huge CM Punk fan. I mean, shit, I'm wearing my CM Punk double or nothing shirt. And I think
How
he is.
How can you wear a shirt with that dumbass on the left-hand side?
Well, because it's only empty-headed Adam Page can suck a dick, but he did lose this match, so I guess I don't mind. But man, every time I went to go get the CM Punk shirt I wanted, it was either sold out or they didn't have my size, and then when they have it, I don't have enough money to waste on a t-shirt. When it's just timing is everything. It sucks. But so here's what I wanted to get into. So on one hand, I'm happy that CM Punk's coming back, but on the other, these little bitches are the reason they have to give him his own show is because none of the elite are willing to work with him.
I actually heard it's not the entire elite. Kenny is open to it. Apparently, Kenny and Punk have talked.
Okay.
Punk refuses to apologize to the Young Bucks.
I don't blame him.
Why should he?
Why should
Didn't I say from the beginning that all of this was the Young Bucks and Kenny just kind of got dragged into it?
Yeah. That's why I want to see Kenny.
Kenny
away from
knows
those
how to
fuckers
make
as soon as
money.
possible.
Kenny knows how to draw.
Yeah.
And I don't hate Kenny Omega. But the Bucks are really showing their true colors throughout this whole fiasco since September. And they've kind of lost me as a fan. And I was a longtime fan, a longtime defender of those guys. But they are literally acting like children.
I am
the Hardly
camp.
They are proving Jim Cornette correct.
They're the fucking Hardly boys.
Mm-hmm.
And what is it Punk said? These guys aren't fit enough to manage a Target and Reseda or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I know Ghost from the Coast,
really in that
Dave.
camp as well, man.
Uncle Dave is just an old ass
and now
mark.
they've lost me because they're such smuckos. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. But I will. If Omega actually does work with Punk, I might respect the man a little bit more because
He
right
will
now,
work with Punk.
Twinkle Toes right now. I mean, I'll believe it when I see it, But
you need to start making your own opinion about Kenny, dude, and quit listening.
I
to
have
Jim
been.
Cornette.
I have been. Everything I've watched in AEW has just been like, I don't know. He's overbooked, high spot, and then when he's not doing that, he's doing the gory John Moxley crap. I'm just like, I just want to see I want to see somebody like.
Then go watch some of his stuff in New Japan. You will see some of the greatest things you've ever seen.
I showed you that New Japan Will Ospreay match.
Yeah.
Hell, watch the first the first Bryan Danielson Kenny Omega match was awesome. The Bucks
read
are
that
just
out loud
too,
for KG.
The Bucks are just too full of themselves. Omega needs to go his own way. You're absolutely correct.
That was from Ghost from the Coast.
Who has been preaching that from day one on this show?
You have. Yeah, you have, Joe.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'll give credit where credit is due. Let me tell you something.
Oh yeah, you better show me some respect. Or PCT right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is. I got to get Joe on here from Joe Cronin show. He does the best, and I think I talked about this last. Like we were hanging out like in one of his streams a week or so ago. My God, he does the best impersonations. He like his Bret Hart sounds just like Bret Hart.
Yeah,
does like the Macho Man, Rick. Like he does a ton of Steve Austin. His Steve Austin is fucking spot on. Dude's really.
And
good.
that's the bottom line. Cause Stone Cold Sex.
Hey, it was Joe.
So who's this guy?
Joe Cronin. He's huge.
Cronin, man. He does a show weekly.
Yeah, he's
he's a big wrestling fan.
He's been doing his wrestling show for like 8+ years on YouTube, and fortunately for me,
late night.
He's got a lockdown in LA night. Yeah.
Nah, he's I don't know where the hell he is. He's in Boston, I think. He's out on the East Coast. I know that.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to the topic at hand, CM Punk. Now, have you guys heard about the proposed meeting that they still haven't had? And they've been talking about this almost 2 weeks now between CM Punk, Kenny Omega, the Bucks, and Chris Jericho. Have you guys heard about this? This was being reported.
How did Jericho get involved in all this?
Because Jericho, Jericho got involved because he did a bunch of interviews, Barry and CM Punk after a brawl out. Said he was a cancer. And like, hey, Zach, welcome to the party, pal.
Hey,
Zach says, what's up, guys? And Ghost from the Coast says, Joe Cronin is the best. Joe's really cool. I got he and I just hit it off. And the funny thing is, I didn't even meet this fool through wrestling. I met him through Star Trek. It was great.
Yeah.
And then we were like, oh, you like wrestling? I like wrestling. It was that scene from Step Brothers. It was like, did we just become best friends? Right. And it's pretty cool. And he does a lot of late night stuff. And I being a night owl, it works out great for me to participate. So anyways, back again to the CM Punk thing. So you guys didn't hear this. So this meeting was supposed to happen.
Did they have the meeting yet? Or?
No, they have. Okay, so April 22nd, that's yesterday. As of April 22nd, it has been reported by Fightful, Wrestling Observer, and others. Quote, not a high level of confidence, end quote, for the CM Punk Jericho meeting. So apparently the Bucks, and they probably influenced Kenny, the Bucks were like, I don't want to meet with this guy and that's where the whole Collision thing came from. Show, which I think is an appropriate name. Collision,
yeah, they're talking about a brand split, right?
There, yes. So I was about to get into that. So, so then when that happened, supposedly Jericho, Tony Khan, and Punk were supposed to have a meeting. Well, now it doesn't sound like it's going to happen because I guess Jericho's been drinking the Harley Boys Kool-Aid. So now the brand split you were talking about, now they're talking about doing a brand split. That way,
I don't think that's the case. I think it's just Jericho wanting to be the big guy himself.
Yeah.
That's probably that sounds more believable to me. I don't think he drinks anybody's Kool-Aid but Chris Jericho Kool-Aid.
Yeah. Well, hey, Johnny, since you're the professional and you're good at reading copy, why don't you tell the folks who can't see the screen who is commenting on what they have to say?
What do you mean? The fact that all I see is Ghost from the Coasts.
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Read the goddamn thing.
Read it,
man.
buddy.
Sorry. Yeah, the Bucks are holding the amazing stories and products that AEW can have. They are great wrestlers. I can't take that talent away. But they should not be EVPs.
You're not commenting. Okay, because remember, we're on the radio as well. So here,
Ghost
from the Coast says, but seriously, the Bucks are just holding the amazing stories and products.
Why you put me on the spot like that?
They are amazing wrestlers, but in all caps, not good businessmen. Amen. Goes from the Coast. That's how you do it. So next time I throw you something, Joe had no problem.
Just read it. That's all he needs to do. It's for radio. Yeah. It's for radio. The people on YouTube can read it themselves, but we got to read it for. Daryl Harris says, "Nice comment, Ghost."
See, that's how you do it. See, Joe's such a consummate professional. I love this guy. Speaking of, I still have half of this to go, and we're 36 minutes in. I need to hurry, so chug this.
I hear you, brother.
So, you guys are really not on top of this CM Punk.
I don't care. I'll believe it when I see it. I get so tired of rumor this and rumor that. We know what's going on.
Bro, the goddamn thumbnail says, come on, we got to talk about it for at least 10 minutes.
No, I'm not saying I don't want to talk about it. I'm saying I'm not going to pay attention to it until I see the man step out on television. That's when I'll pay attention to it.
Do you listen?
I honestly feel like it's going to happen sooner rather than later.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, come on. Khan, it has one brain cell to rub together against another. It will happen.
Yeah. So here's the thing. It's not just that. And I'm paraphrasing, I guess I am in the cult of Cornette. I'm not going to say I agree with everything he says, but to paraphrase Cornette, he's like, does Tony Khan really want to pay a man millions of dollars to sit on his ass at home? Come on.
No.
Hell no.
And that's what he's going to end up doing. Yeah.
All right, Johnny, I'm going to let you redeem yourself. Here's your chance, big guy.
All right. Well, Ghost from the Coast says, yeah, Jericho sees the potential of the storyline and how this can change the wrestling world.
And as soon as he's got a comment, he busts up.
I know, right? So here, you're roboting, bro.
You're roboting, bro.
So
we can't even hear you.
And now he's frozen. So he left out the most important part. I think that was sarcasm because he had the laughing tears.
Reboot, brother. You're
robot, man.
But maybe that is what's going on, Danny. Maybe Jericho is playing us all for marks, man. Maybe that's what he's doing. Maybe he's hyping the rivalry. You know what I mean? Maybe they're actually handshaking and high-fiving in the back.
Apparently, even my computer doesn't want me to redeem myself.
Right.
All right. Oh, well, hey, it's all good. We didn't hear
We didn't hear a word of what you said.
Do you want to whatever your comment was on that?
So I was basically saying, as I've said many times on this show, that CM Punk is a draw, and he understands this business. Even when he wasn't a veteran, now he is a wily veteran, but even when he was young, he had a good understanding of this business, of what goes into the pro. It's not what you do to perform in front of the crowd all the time. It's also how you conduct yourself backstage. It's how even though
kayfabe is dead,
there's
a way to do it.
There's a code of ethics and a decorum in a locker room. Mm-hmm. And everything I hear coming out of the AEW locker room from veterans, not just people whining on Twitter, I'm talking about like veterans who have gone through there, have said that locker room is out of control. It's ego driven.
Yeah.
And pro wrestling is one of those things where
Damn. Sorry.
Is he
Go
sucking
ahead.
up the fuel up, or is he hitting the bomb?
Yeah, he's snorting fuel up over there. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Is that
Fuel
like,
up. Oh yeah.
I was like, are you hitting the bong? Is that why you blacked yourself out?
Kayfabe. Anyway,
Yo,
are they
bro.
like? Let me ask you something.
The thing is, Kenny knows how to make money. Kenny understands this. The Bucks.
No, I agree. Well, and I'm actually surprised because Chris Jericho, you think of all people, would know, like, God, I hate Eric Bischoff, but controversy creates cash. And if you have, that's right, Daryl Harris, that was, I sprinkled a little bit of the fuel up on top of it. See how it tasted delicious too, by the way. I mean, that's not what the product is advertised for.
You made my weed smell like, or taste like Fruity Pebbles.
Let me ask you this, guys. Let me ask you this. Could it be a case of, like me and my brother talk about on our show, what we call the uniparty? Could it be the Dems and the Republicans high-fiving after they leave the Capitol, knowing they're all on the same team? In other words, they're playing us with the backstage stuff right now.
I hope so. I hope they're not only working us, I hope they're working the boys in the back. You know what I mean? Like, what have I said this whole time, guys? After the match, Punk goes to Khan. He's like, hey, man, I tore something. I'm effed. Like, why don't I spit some I've told you guys my theory a million times.
Yeah.
I really hope that's true, because that means he's worked everybody. He's worked the world. He's worked the fans, the dirt sheets, other people in the locker room, the other companies.
He's even outworked Christian.
Yeah. I see what you did there.
Wow. Goes from the Coast says, so CM Punk knows he needs to make this right, or no one will contract him.
I disagree. Here's the thing. CM Punk, he's actually got all the leverage because of his contract, according to again, Uncle Dave and Sean Ross Sapp and people like that who claim to be in the know and have pretty good track records. Let's
just face it, SRS has a way better track record lately than Uncle Dave.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Sean Ross Sapp, no crap, just Sapp, is what culture guys call him. Yeah, I like that dude. And he's like from Kentucky, which is like, I had no idea. Yeah.
Hey,
like
Kentucky apparently Midwest breeds wrestling geniuses.
Hey, yes, I was born in Indiana, and my family, a lot of my grandfather was from Kentucky. So my mom's entire family's we're all Midwesterners. Although I lived there the least amount of my life. Anyway, I digress. The CM Punk thing. Is there anything else? Because it was on the thumbnail. I wanted to give it some time. Ideally, if we could pontificate for another 8 minutes about CM Punk, I'd be really, really happy.
I mean, I'll talk about the guy all day. You know this.
No, I mean this particular. Unless you guys are just like, no, you haven't heard it. I mean, I guess I could bring up an article.
I've heard this stuff, but
the thing is, it's so much hearsay and speculation.
Thank you, Johnny.
But I think it's all going to come down to one thing. I'm calling it now. Well, either the main event or co-main event of whatever. I would say this is probably going to culminate at All In at Wembley Stadium. We're going to have either Punk versus Omega or 6-man trios action of Punk and FTR versus the Elite.
Okay, first of all, I've already called that match, and I want that match. But in Wembley Stadium, when is that one happening? It's the new pay-per-view.
I think
it's when they usually do All Out.
They're just calling it All In.
Last day of August or the first weekend in September. It's right in there, and it's All In this year. So, yeah.
And I think
you're nuked. You just muted yourself or something. You're nuked.
Who, me?
No, me. Here's what I think should happen. Honestly, in Wembley Stadium, we need the payoff of the greatest storyline of AEW in the AEW history, which isn't very long, granted, but that is CM Punk
versus MJF, yeah,
for the fucking title. And you know what? Yeah. And CM Punk needs to lose just to solidify MJF more. That's what needs to happen. You know what I mean? That's what I honestly think. I want the match.
Is stupid. When we get to the show,
I literally wrote that because I did watch Dynamite, I was like, 4 pillows intro. What the fuck is this? That's literally what I wrote. Yeah, I was like, I don't give a shit about these little, like, I fucking passed a bowel movement this morning bigger than Darby Allin. I don't, you know what I mean? He's not going to be a fucking world heavyweight champion. Are you fucking, you be the laughing stock of wrestling.
Oh,
like,
he will be at some point. He will be.
No,
you watch.
He's smaller. Like, I know people wouldn't be like,
what
about Rey Mysterio?
Rey
Mysterio is twice his size.
Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio is twice his size. Okay, Darby Allin is just anyway. We'll get into that in a second. I had to have my one meltdown of the show.
It's okay.
Yeah. So,
but let's continue with the Punk. Okay.
Yeah. Please. Yeah.
Look, he's not stupid. Khan's not stupid. And now that we've talked about it, it does sound like they're doing kayfabe stuff. I mean, the Bucks can't be so dumb to think that they're bigger big shots than the biggest free agent wrestling right now.
You know, here's the problem.
There's no way they can think they're
the Hardy Boys are delusional enough and believe in their own press and drink their own fucking cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say, really? do they power their Priuses with smug?
Yeah, exactly. Right? These guys are so fucking full of themselves. I actually believe. I kind of like, and I hope I'm wrong, because that means they're good because they've worked
at what they do, right?
Yeah, but if I'm not wrong, like these guys shouldn't fucking manage a 7-Eleven, much less a goddamn.
I think it's the culture they were raised in. I think it's nature versus nurture or whatever. Like, and here's the thing: I'm going to bag on Southern California people because I did live there for 8 years. I went to college there, and I always say that the biggest problem with Southern California is Californians.
Right?
So the weather's great.
They busted up the best friggin' faction they had, SCU from Southern California.
Right?
They busted that up. I couldn't
look
believe
at that.
They did.
As usual, Daryl Harris. I merged his names. Daryl Harris in the chat says they might think that. I yelled the mic because it's in all caps for those who can't see. And he's referring to everything I was saying about the Hardy Boys.
The Hardy Boys, yeah.
Because he knows what's up.
You might want to mention your sponsor that just popped up in the chat there, bro.
Oh, yes. Let's see. Sponsor. Here we go. Oh, yeah. So if you check out the link in the chat, it's also in the description. You can go to www.shop.sjv.io/dorkside, or just better yet, click the link because it's easier. If you use promo code before the end of today, if you use promo code WWE24, you get free shipping on any order over $24, which, trust me, is not hard to do because their shirts are like $29.99. So one order ought to do you. They do have like a clearance section, but really, man, you want to be wearing some gimmick shirt.
Hey, I bought some old shirts from there, dude.
Really? Oh. Hey, man, you know what? I got a box of Hurt Business t-shirts I can sell you then if you need them. Yeah.
You know what?
You know what I bought from there? You're probably gonna laugh at me. I was always in love with a
shirt.
I was always in love with Alicia Fox, and I've got a
Fox Alicia
shirt.
Fox.
You got a what, Joe?
Alicia Fox shirt.
Oh,
Crazy
right
like
on.
Fox.
You got that from the clearance section, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So hey, you know what? Fine then. Get you 2 or 3 clearance shirts. Use promo code WWE24 to save on your shipping. You get free shipping for any order overall that's $24 or more before tax. And if you use the link in the description, they give us a little bit of love. Now, not much, but hey, you know, every little bit helps.
Yep.
So thank you for keeping me on track. We still need to kill about 7 minutes before. Oh no, actually, no, we don't. We don't have a break today. I forgot all about it. Fucking
I was just gonna say, what are you doing? You had me do State of the Apron at the beginning, so you just play fast and loose, baby. And you have nuked yourself again.
This is why I need this shit. I can't concentrate worth a damn. So I need it. I'm going to tell you guys, like, this will be fun. This will be like a social experiment. I'm put my money where my mouth is, or my reputation where my mouth is. I'm going to do this stuff live on air over the course of the next at least month. Because this is like I think it's like a 3-month supply. Mm-hmm. And I'll let you guys be the judge, because yes, as my mother loves to point out as often as she can, ADD, which I got from you.
Deficit disorder.
And I was on I was on a medication I won't name for like well over a decade, and because it's considered a controlled substance, and I'm on this, whatever. I have to take. I'm about to get my hip replaced. I got like an 80-year-old's arthritic. I have osteoarthritis in my hip, and it's extremely painful. So I am on Percocet, which is a controlled substance, and because I have the testosterone of a 12-year-old girl, I'm on a hormone replacement therapy, where once a week I get testosterone. But hey, whatever. I didn't know this. Testosterone is a controlled substance. Did you know that?
Hell yeah, it is.
Well, yeah,
I didn't know that.
It's steroids, basically.
It's steroids, man. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I didn't know that, so maybe I'm just fucking stupid. So anyway, so you can only, because of some federal law, you can only have 2 controlled substances at a time. And my ADD medication that I've been taking since I was in my 20s also happens to be a fucking.
I'm married to one of you lovely
substance.
people, and I always have to pick up after her because she does something and then moves on to the next thing. Boom,
Yeah,
gone.
dude, I can't. Yeah. When I was on my medication, it was life-changing.
I'm sure Cece has to pick up after you all the time.
Oh yeah, don't say anything. Anyway,
and and I'm not making light of it. I live with it, and yeah.
Am I the only ADD person who does clean up after myself because I'm also OCD?
That's what's doing that.
I have the double whammy. I'm OCD and.
So Andy Morrow's in the chat and says, "Hi everyone." Hi,
How
Andy.
you doing, brother?
I acknowledge you. Daryl Harris is absolutely right. Fuel Up has a lot of work to do. So I'm going to tell you what, guys. You guys are going to witness it. If this in 5 to 6 weeks, if I'm not as scatterbrained as I am now, worth every fucking penny. Worth every penny. Producer, throw the link in the chat again for me.
Is it carbonated?
Let's see if it can.
No, it's not. You mix it with water. That's why I was saying I'd like to mix it with like a Perry, carbonated water, maybe like a LaCroix or something.
I have to say goodbye to an old friend soon.
Yeah, you're getting that surgery I had.
Yeah, and I've already given up beer. I've already given up beer.
That's good, man. It'll be. I'm going to let you know. It's not forever. I always thought it was going to be forever. After about 3.5 to 4 years, you just can't chug it. You can because that's what this is. This is soda. And pro tip, don't drink out of a can because it stays carbonated longer in the can because of the enclosure and the pressure. So I always pour it into a cup. I usually, with a lot of ice, because I'm trying to kill the carbonation, because it's still like I can't drink, like if I have like champagne, I have to sip it, because still to this day, like last time I just took a drink of champagne, it immediately was like, oh shit, I gotta go. So
acknowledge him.
Yes.
Him.
Yeah. I'll probably be picking your brain.
Even though he hasn't been on TV in 2 weeks, acknowledge him.
Acknowledge your tribal chief.
Hey,
I'm pissed.
Let's see if that Fuel Up can help you consolidate your thoughts on the CM Punk situation.
Oh, as far as I'm concerned, you guys know how I feel, so I'll end it out. So Joe, since you're the
I'm not getting snipped.
What? No, first of all, I got.
You did have that surgery too.
Yeah, I did that in 2012, and one of the best fucking decisions of my life. I'll tell you that right now, because I already have.
Well, you already have a brood. I don't have any.
Yeah. And then my mom's right. Actually, my mom. You got to send me a picture that you're willing to let me share, Mom. My mom has lost a fucking grip of weight on this medicine here, Ozempic. I don't know what the hell it is. I think it's a diabetic medication. But dude, my mom has, and it's a shame that she's like, older than dirt. She looks like the fucking crypt keeper now. Sorry, Mom, I love you. But she lost all this weight. And now she's got like the saggy skin, which I can relate to. I used to be 400 pounds after this. That's another thing, bro. Insurance doesn't cover that skin removal surgery. And I would recommend it because because I didn't do it because
I
heard it's expensive.
I heard that there are some cases where they will pay for it.
Well, I mean, we'll talk about that off air. I don't want to.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. I'll talk. This is a wrestling show, not a John's disgusting fat body show.
So anyway, Remo, I don't know what you're referring to, but probably me calling my mom the crypt keeper. It's all in. Where do you think I got my sense of humor from, guys? Come on, she's got one. It's a joke, not a dick. She can take it. Oh, sorry about that. Little Andrew Dice Clay. So I'm done with CM Punk. Are you guys done talking about CM Punk? Because you know my point.
I was
my
done
stance.
talking about him at the beginning of the show, but
Ouch.
You're so mean.
Well,
I'm
Joe,
not a fan, man. He's a dick. I'm just
all
not
right.
a fan.
Oh
of
no, that's
dick,
fine.
all
Hey,
right?
that's fine, man.
Just
So
not.
I'm gonna try to do my best Cody Rhodes. Hold up. So
What do you want to talk about?
what do you want to talk about? Gotta get the cadence right, man. You sound like Vince McMahon when he did it.
Well, I do a pretty good Vince, so
There you go.
goddamn pal.
So
What do you want to start with,
actually,
AEW or WWE? That's the decision
Well,
needs to be made first.
Hey, let's just stick with AEW.
Okay. Well, we did the promo for.
Actually, I'm sorry. There's one more news item I want to discuss, and then we'll go to AEW. Is that okay?
Well, let's do it.
Okay. So, I am really pissed that the King and Queen of the Ring tournament has been dropped, and they're doing Night of Champions instead. Did you guys hear about this, and what are your thoughts?
We talked about it last week.
I know we did, but Johnny didn't.
I actually do have an opinion on this.
I'd love to hear it.
I am okay with it.
Boo.
Because
Boo.
I think they should alternate it.
This will not do.
No, I think they should alternate it. Like 1 year do Night of Champions, the following year do King, Queen of the Ring, and so on. Because I hate the theme match pay-per-views like Money in the Bank and Elimination Chamber and TLC and Extreme Rules. I hate that.
Yeah, I do too.
Stipulation matches that shouldn't be forced into a shoehorn show.
Right. I miss Money in the Bank at WrestleMania
because I do like. To me, Money in the Bank is starting to creep up there like the Royal Rumble. It's now, to me, it's like the Big Five.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Money in the Bank is a major.
But we don't need a TLC pay-per-view. We don't need a Hell in the Cell pay-per-view.
We don't, and that's why they didn't do Hell in a Cell. And we
had Hell in the Cell at Mania.
Yeah.
And it was good. It was a year-long blood feud between Edge and Finn Balor. I wish Finn hadn't busted his head open. We got the real finish of the match, but them's the breaks when you're in a contact sport.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
I love the King of the Ring. I think Zelina Vega and Xavier Woods both did great things for a short time with it.
See, no, to me that doesn't even count as King of the Ring. Look, what they pitched to us was it was going to be like it was in the 90s. It was going to be a one-night event where I do too. Where the King of the Ring had to beat 3 other people in one night. What's the matter, Joe? Where the Queen of the Ring.
Reading your mother's member chat.
Uh-oh.
You can't see it there.
It doesn't pop.
There you go. There you go.
So,
you're good now.
Okay. Celebrating 4 months of membership with Pop Culture Minefield. Loyal listener, viewer, moderator, or she used to be. We had to take her wrench away because she messed up too much. Penny, aka my mom. Hi, Mom. She says, shouldn't cuss on a Sunday radio show.
You're asking to get struck by lightning is
my mother, bless her heart, she's always being a mother. She's like,
that's right,
and I love it. Hey, you know what? She still puts up with me, and that's fine.
That's right.
But Daryl says Mama's been on you for cussing for about 20 minutes now. Well, I'm not paying attention to the chat. It's like
so. The King of the Ring. I can see you. I can see Johnny's point bouncing back and forth between the two, but I like the King of the Ring tournament.
I love the King of the Ring, and I
think it's a great way to book a 3-hour wrestling show. And make it interesting.
I was looking so forward to it because you got the men's King of the Ring and the women's Queen of the Ring, and that could be it. You don't have to have any other matches on that show because that's what is it? That's 6 or 7 matches, something like 6 matches, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, hell of a lot more than that. There's a ton more. It would be 6 is just the finals. Yeah, you got the brackets. Dude, that's why they always did buys back in the day. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, my favorite, I don't know, it's tied.
Booker?
It's funny.
We know who your favorite king is.
No, it's not because he didn't win it in a tournament. And mine's a tie between Owen and Brett. I
like Bad News Barrett. I thought he was awesome.
Did he win it in a single night tournament though? Because I don't remember that.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
See, that's the thing. To me, when I think of King of the Ring, it is a one-night tournament where the winner beat 3 other people in one night.
What you're saying is when you think of King of the Ring, you think of King Mabel.
Hell no, that was the worst decision ever. Vince McMahon. See, all these people are like, "Oh, Vince McMahon's getting old. He's got dementia." This motherfucker's always had it. He's got nothing. Stupid. Randy Orton. Stupid.
Macho Man was the best king. Yes, you're absolutely correct.
That was before it was the King of the Ring tournament or whatever. That was something else.
There's only one king. That is Jerry Lawler, Das Wolfen says. There's an argument to be made there.
Look, King Booker in the modern era he did the most with that gimmick. But I'm sorry, and I'm a huge Booker T fan. To me, it doesn't count because, he got to stretch out 3 matches over a month.
Right.
That ain't shit.
It wasn't a one night tour. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Now we can talk about AEW.
Okay. You had the 4 pillows, as Danny called them.
Jesus, man. These guys.
Yeah. It's just getting old. And what's even stupider is the way they decided which one of them is going to face MGF.
You mean
they have a triple threat match? No.
The magic hat?
They're going to have a tournament. And he picked the bye person out of a hat, and it was Buckle 5 soaking wet Darby Allin. Got the bye.
Which is fucking bullshit.
He celebrated.
Because he so
woo-hoo!
He gets a bye to the end. And what did they make it clear? Did that count out victory count? So is it going to?
Yes.
Okay, so it's going to be Guevara,
Sammy Guevara next week,
and Darby Allin. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yawn. I don't give 2 shits.
Yawn.
I'll tell you who I'd rather see versus MJF. Believe it or not, because I think it's more interesting.
I would have rather seen Jungle Boy do it.
Oh, I would have also, but out of the options we're left with, but it's going to be Darby though. It's going to be Darby.
This is leading up to a fatal 4-way, right?
We'll see. No. I don't know, man.
I'm pretty sure we're going to get the fatal 4-way.
Nope. They wouldn't have had this tournament thing if they were going to do that.
Because I called them the Great Pillows or whatever the 4 pillows. Daryl Harris.
What my boss said, man.
I know. I think it's funny because you guys know that's a quote from Trains, Planes, and Automobiles.
Yes.
Yeah, that's John Candy.
Those aren't pillows.
Yeah.
Hey, did you watch that game last night? Yeah. They got all manly when they jumped out of bed.
Look at this. MJ, this is Remo in the chat. MJF posted on Twitter with 2 120-pound dumbbells saying something like, "This is Darby and Jungle Boy." No shit, right? That's ridiculous. Oh my god.
Jungle Boy, he's actually not that small. He's the biggest out of those 3 guys.
He is, but he's not even in it.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's because that. Okay, if you guys don't know, that's how the show ended, was the match between him and Sammy Guevara. And during the show, Sammy Guevara and
Guevara with A.
Guevara, I don't care what the guy's name is.
Don't be racist,
He's a
man.
punk. He is an idiot. I don't like the guy. Anyway, he made a deal that he'd lay down for MJF if he won the tournament.
Oh, hey, real quick. Daryl says he's about to jump in the car, so he can't type, but he's still listening. Keep having fun. We will, man. We appreciate your interaction with us always.
Thanks for watching, Daryl.
Thanks for being here, Daryl.
Another hour. Listen up.
Yeah. And then I do want to say this real quick, Joe. I'm sorry. I want to acknowledge the chat. Zax in the chat says, AEW is incompetent, but WWE and Vince have been using Charlie Brown, Lucy, and the football writing for how long now?
Right.
Yeah. So
this is why the Triple H show was so refreshing.
You can't have it. Here's what you want. You can't have
it. Yeah.
You bastards. Anyway, they made a deal. And so during the match against Jungle Boy is getting counted out. He tries to get back in the ring. And when the ref is not looking, MJF gives him a dose of the friggin' diamond ring. And,
of course.
he gets counted Dumbest shit in the world.
Do we probably ought to talk about I mean, hey, Wardlow is our TNT champ again.
He's new TNT champion. What's up? Yeah.
Uh-oh, Johnny's not. Yeah, he's shaking his head in disapproval. What's up?
Happy. He's not happy, folks.
This feud I wanted to be invested in. I like Powerhouse Hobbs. I like Wardlow. This entire feud has been mismanaged and handled like crap.
Yes.
Why did QT Marshall need to be involved in this? Why did did Powerhouse Hobbs not insert himself into the Wardlow Samoa Joe match because he was feuding with both those guys? Like all three of those guys had beef like with each other. This is Tony Khan's booking inexperience.
Yes.
Right here in this little microcosm of this little feud, Tony Khan does not know how to book a mid-card for shit.
Yeah.
And this could have been a straight up big beefy men slapping man meat fight. Uh-oh. What's going on?
The boss man pushing his products right in the middle of your thing.
Right.
That's our
right
third
in the middle
sponsor.
Of your commentary.
Yeah, I'm trying to cut a promo here, man.
Right in the middle of your commentary.
It doesn't
he
matter.
decides to throw an ad in there. Yeah.
God, you just love to mess with me, man.
It's so easy, though. It's so easy. Remember,
this should have been a straight up.
Yeah.
This should have been a straight up Hobbs fight. You have Powerhouse Hobbs get the title at what was it, Full Gear that just happened? No, it was Full Gear that just happened,
Full
right?
Gear. Mm-hmm.
And have Hobbs take the title at Full Gear. Then have QT Marshall start feuding with Wardlow with the whole car break-in thing and all that. You did not need the factory and QTV in this feud at all. You don't need to be. The biggest criticism of the TNT title is that it just ping-pongs back and forth, and it has no relevance.
Well, let's face it.
This is supposed to be their intercontinental title. And to me, Orange Cassidy is having a far better run with the throwaway title than what's supposed to be their secondary men's title.
Dude, no. I hate to admit it, but Orange Cassidy, Orange Cassidy is actually making that title more important.
Relevant.
More important than the TNT title. He's had more
he defends it every week.
Yeah, he's had more successful defenses.
This may be the first week that he did not defend it.
Yeah.
Let me guess, he was in a tag match, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't in a tag match. He wasn't even on the show.
And unless he wasn't on Dynamite.
He might have been on Rampage.
I didn't watch Rampage. I do have my Rampage results over here.
But to what you're saying, Johnny, the first thing you said was the clearest thing. This is Tony Khan's inexperience, because if he knew what he was doing booking, we'd have a rivalry between MJF and Wardlow right now.
Testify. So,
I've
been saying this, and you know what? I'm sorry. Jim Cornette's been saying this the whole fucking time too. Yeah. Tony Khan is a shit booker, yet he's Uncle Dave's Booker of the Year for 2 or 3 years in a row. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you out
Somebody's getting a payoff.
Somebody is shilling for the kids.
It's ridiculous, man. It's just ridiculous. No, Tony Khan needs to hire a booker. I tell you who he needs to hire.
He's got Jim Ross.
No, right. So
he's got Jim Ross, right?
And he doesn't use him
in there.
So look, and he's got Arn Anderson.
Arn Anderson, I was going to say, who showed back up this week.
Yeah,
who showed back up this week in Wardlow's corner.
In Wardlow's corner. Was that the difference maker? Who knows?
Tully's probably doing a great job teaching you checkers. We're about to start playing chess.
We're about to start playing chess. Now, I love some Arn Anderson. Although, what the hell? Why did he do a DDT instead of a spine buster?
I don't know.
Didn't you notice that? That bummed me out. I was expecting to see his spine buster because nobody does it like Arn. Maybe he just can't do it anymore. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah. Man, we are going all out of order here.
It's fine. Do what you want, man. It's your show.
Baker Hayter defeat the female outsiders. What are they called? The outcasts.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of surprised with how they're booking this in a way, because you should have now that we're making Brit and Hater faces, which they clearly are now.
Oh yeah, they're over like over.
They need to be.
Because they were in Brit's hometown.
They need to be.
They were in
Yeah,
Britsburg.
I know, but Tony Khan again, a little not a great booker, too predictable. I'm not saying he should do full Vince McMahon, but here's the thing: Vince McMahon makes you lose in your hometown every time, and Tony Khan lets you win in your hometown every time. Why not throw a fucking curveball every once in a while, get some sympathy for these new baby faces, and have these outcasts who you're trying to build up?
He did. He did during the Jericho Adam Cole promo. He did get some sympathy for the baby faces. They got beat down big time. Him and DMD.
I get that, but I'm talking about this. I'm actually mostly talking about the outcasts. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm talking about what in my opinion, what would be right to elevate them without because first of all, Hater's the champion. Britt can take the pin to lose the match for him. Okay. They're
in her hometown. Once again,
she gets her ass. No, and that's why it's a curveball, because everybody's like, "Ooh, Britt's gonna win because it's AEW," and Tony Khan always lets the hometown hero win. And it'd be like, oh, like it would have been like when the Undertaker lost. The fucking oxygen would have been sucked out of the room. Right, when Britt got pinned. It would have been memorable. It would have helped build these girls up more, and it would have made it even worse at the end of the show where Britt gets her ass whipped. You know what I mean? It would have made it even, this poor girl can't catch a break tonight. Yeah. Instead, it's like, it's a wash. I don't know, man. That's just, I could be wrong, but what do you guys think? That's just my take on it.
I think you're right. He's going to book it to where, look, has she ever lost in Pittsburgh?
No.
Never.
She doesn't ever lose in Pittsburgh. So, he's going to book it that way. That's just the way it is. She got her ass kicked later on with a kendo
this right here.
Big time. So,
Read this for me, Joe.
The Ghost from the Coast says Tony needs a booking team.
Hell yeah, he does. And hey,
the
Anima,
boss has been saying it. I've been saying it. Johnny's been saying it. This whole panel's been saying it.
Yeah, we all agree.
Experienced.
Yeah.
But all in all, it was a good show. I liked.
Well, what did you think? Like, I know you guys know this guy. I'm still not impressed. It's fucking Jay White, dude. Like he's wrestling some other dude.
That was a bad match for him to have as a
first of all. He's wrestling some dude I've never heard of. So there's two people I've never heard of wrestling, and I'm supposed to give a fuck about one of them.
That's more bad booking right there. He should have squashed this guy inside of a minute. Is what should have happened.
Yeah.
Who did he wrestle again?
Commander.
Some like a
luchador named Commander.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I like Commander, but again, nobody knows who the hell he is either.
He should have squashed
That's my
him
point.
in a minute.
And I didn't know either of these guys. And I agree with Joe, because if you're supposed to make me care about Jay White, then he should have just, kick to the gut, finisher 1, 2, 3, some shit like that. You know what I mean? It should have been.
But they're trying to build Commander up too.
Well, then do it with somebody else.
Do it
That's
with
called
somebody
bad
else.
booking.
That's Jay White's first match. He should smash whoever the hell.
Or even he should have gone up against somebody like Peter Avalon or QT Marshall. And you're right.
Yes. And this squash QT.
Like seriously,
well, no, not QT, because they're painting Jay White as a heel, so we need a baby face for him to squash.
Oh, okay. Who's a baby face jabroni that they got?
Right, like one of the Dark Order. You know what I mean?
Yeah. John Silver. There you go.
Yeah.
And I love Johnny Hungies, but he's there to take pins.
Yeah.
So
that's what they should have done. They booked that wrong. There's some more inexperienced booking.
And then I want to purposely talk about the Cole Jericho thing last. So the next thing was, and we already talked about Guevara and Jungle Boy, so I don't think we need to cover that. The Acclaimed and Billy Gunn defeat the JAS, baby. Matt Menard, fucking Parker, and I love my hat Hager. What did you guys think about that?
Yeah.
How old is Billy Gunn, first of all? Because fuck me, he's doing great for his age, man.
He looks like he's 30. It's ridiculous,
right?
Man.
It's fucking insane. Yeah.
If anybody's juicing, it's that dude.
Hey, he's more shredded than his kids.
Yeah.
He's probably doing he's probably doing HGH or testosterone therapy.
Let's be fair, he might be doing DDP yoga.
Or that.
He might be.
But there's a lot of people like Kurt Angle. I know he's not a wrestler, but Tony Robbins, Big Daddy Cool Diesel, Kevin Nash.
Tony Robbins.
What's his name? Not Dominic. Rey Mysterio. They've all done like all these different like. There's legal ways around it. Like the stem cells is one. PRP therapy is another. Hormonal replacement therapy is another workaround. So there are things and that's what I'm on technically is hormonal replacement therapy. So it's actually, even though you guys were calling it steroids, if I were a combat sports guy and and I was doing this because of my blood levels and I have a doctor and they show all that stuff, it would not be held against me, because if anything, my testosterone's like a infinitesimal fraction of what these other motherfuckers are. You know what I mean? Right. And that's the whole thing is you're getting an advantage testosterone wise. I had this really interesting conversation with a bartender who she was a extra board bartender, which I'm pretty sure you should know what that is.
What are you doing in bars, Danny?
Fuck you, man. Don't judge me. Anyways, so but she, her name was Amber, and she's a body.
Hold on. I'll quote this. Ghost from the Coast asks if you're transitioning, Dork.
I'm transitioning to a man, baby. Yeah.
There, I quoted that one direct.
That was good. That was good stuff.
But yeah.
Yeah, I read copy,
Yeah.
The Ass Man and his boys won. And that was cool.
Well, not his boys, but
I tell you, the best
promo
of the night, though, if you ask me, was the Elite versus the Blackpool Combat Club. That was cool as hell. I'm liking this because I got a feeling the next match that they go up against each other, Blackpool Combat Club is going to crush them.
I hope so.
Build the rivalry.
What if that's the
But who's going to be? Hold up, we got 5 dudes right in the BCC, right? We got
four.
Is it
Bryan Danielson? I can't remember the small guy's name.
Wheeler Useless.
Wheeler Yuta, which is one of the worst wrestling names ever.
You got Claudio and Mox.
And Mox.
Yeah.
And did we already say Bryan Danielson?
Yeah. So it's 4.
The 4 of them.
It used to be 5 with Regal. But...
That's right. So who's out of those 4? Which 3 are going to go for those trios titles? Do you think?
Or maybe this is the CM Punk return. Maybe CM Punk is a 5th member of BCC.
There you go.
I don't know. John Moxley's kind of talked some shit about CM Punk. I don't know if it's working or not. But
he's working. Dude, when he was in WWE, remember the Shield started with Punk.
And not only that, like here's the thing. Mox didn't really talk shit about Punk. It was more of a I'm tired of all this drama crap.
That's it. He was talking.
It's like being in high school.
He was basically. It was a dig at everybody involved, not just Punk. But of course, Uncle Dave wanted to isolate.
Yeah.
CM. Oh, Moxley's shooting on Punk. I'm like, no, he's shooting on the situation.
Moxley
he's tired of the BS in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's got no problem with Punk. Absolutely.
No.
So, for those of you confused earlier as to what the hell Johnny Rock was talking about. Goes from the coast. Do you want to repeat yourself? Because it is kind of funny.
Who, me?
Yeah.
About reading the copy?
Yes.
Yes, motherfucker. Jesus.
Yeah.
And I'm the stoner.
He put me on the spot.
Look, I need to send you fuel up.
I need some fuel up. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I need to send you this. You need the concentration right there. See that?
That's right. I do.
You gonna read it or not? You know what? Forget it. The joke is it's over.
It's gone. It's already been read.
The moment's gone.
But we need to go ahead and put a pin in AEW because we've still got WWE to cover in the last 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Not much happened this week.
What happened on Rampage? I have it pulled up. Do we not even give a shit?
I don't care, but they're trying to put eyes on it because they moved Jeff Hardy over there.
So
okay, I normally don't watch
I'll check it out later.
Has Jade Cargill versus Taya Valkyrie happened yet?
No, it hasn't.
No.
Okay.
No,
I think Taya's the one to end the streak.
It's coming soon, though. They did promo that.
So here's your fucking
I think Taya's going to end the streak.
Okay. Can I say it? So this is why This is why Rampage is can miss TV. Okay. I don't even know who the fuck these two people are. No, that's not true. I know who Drilistico is. The main event was El Hivo del Vikingo versus Drilistico. What?
You don't know who Vikingo is?
No. And then
educate yourself.
They have
educate
whatever.
yourself.
The opening match, John Moxley versus Christopher Daniels. I thought he got retired. I thought when I saw
that match was happening, I was like, what? I thought he was gone.
He lost a retirement match. I remember this happening. I'm not going.
No, he lost. If he lost, or if SCU lost, they had to break up, and they broke up. And
is that all that was? Okay, all right.
Yeah, well, Scorpio Sky went heel. Frankie Kazarian went back to Impact.
Who the hell is Scorpio Sky, man?
He's injured.
Oh, okay.
He's actually currently injured. From what I heard.
Frankie Kazarian's doing good on Impact.
I bet he's a great wrestler. I love Kaz.
So the next
I've been a fan of his for years.
There's only 4, and we already talked about one. So the next match, if you haven't watched it, who do you think won? It's Kiera Hogan versus Julia Hart.
Hogan.
Believe it or not, Julia Hart. Hart. Yeah, Julia Hart won.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Apparently the
70 pounds soaking wet.
Right.
It lasted a couple minutes and ended with Hart getting the submission victory.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Submission.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, although it looks like
it was way to shovel some dirt onto Kiera Hogan.
Right? It was a way to set up Hart getting jumped by Anna Jay. Oh, so they're gonna set up a JAS versus the Aleister Black House of Black.
That's what goes to from the coast is saying, because
I'm not gonna lie though, House of Black is one of the best things on AEW right now.
It is.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And they weren't even on this week. That kind of
Oh, they're the trios champs, right?
Yeah, and the thing is that to me is a good trio when you got 3 guys on a team and there is no Jannetty. All 3 of those guys are really, really good at what they do. They all fill a certain role in the trio.
What's Buddy Murphy's name now? What is his name?
Buddy Matthews.
Buddy Matthews.
So don't you know what I love, Johnny? And I'm sure Joe gets.
I call him Mr. Ripley, the talented.
Can we all can we all just enjoy the fact that Johnny was able to say Jannetty? And we all knew what he meant by using that as like the adjective or whatever. It's like
it's pretty much a vernacular now. Like everybody.
Yeah, it's like Hey, Real Way Nation Gaming Clips, what's up? Thanks for joining us.
I don't get a high.
Oh, no, man, nobody gives a fuck about you.
I know. Right?
I told you.
I bet I wasn't even missed last week.
You know what? I'm issuing a challenge. I'm issuing a challenge to Johnny Rock's Rudy Poo Candy ass right now.
But to be the man, you gotta beat the man, and I'm saying, woo!
Oh, sorry.
Woo! Yeah. All right. I think that. Oh no, there's one more match. Jay Lethal, Jeff Jarrett, and FTR. What? That's weird. Versus the Varsity Athletes and Slim J.
Yeah,
is Lethal and Jarrett a good guy? Are they good guys now?
Are they?
I don't know.
Yeah, they were hanging out with the single Briscoe that's left at AEW. Remember, that's when they set up that match. Mark Briscoe put them together.
So
remember, they were all 4 around him during that thing backstage.
Yeah,
and they were saying he wasn't medical cleared. Yeah.
So you guys, I haven't gone off camera in a while, right? At least like 40 minutes, right? 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's been long enough to where I shouldn't still be coughing from that. So this is how you know I smoke too damn much, because I also smoke cigarettes like an idiot. Smoke too long, cannabis and tobacco. And I'm just getting old. That doing that woo made me cough up my lungs so bad I had to mute my mic. I don't know if you noticed that. I was just like coughing up. Oh my God.
Your camera's all over the place, buddy. Your camera is all over the place.
Yeah, it's beta for auto
right,
frame.
but it's because you're talking with your hands so much.
That too. It's all good.
I had to learn how to talk with my hands while podcasting, because I used to have a bad habit on one of my older casts of backhanding my mic.
Really?
Well, that's just because there's you, and then there's
the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
You should really have the clip of him spitting on Vince.
Yeah, I would love that. Hey, Monkey Jeebus, we were talking about you.
Hey, see,
hey, Whiskey Jack, what's up, man? We got all these motherfuckers rolling into the end of this. We got 25 minutes left. That's funny. But hey, I think you got. Hey, while you're
actually,
here,
you got about 30 minutes left. We're going at 53. 53. So
53. Okay, so just shy.
Well, hey, we got 20. We got 35 minutes left. Or no, 25 to talk about WWE and all the
okay, yeah, no, we were done with AEW.
Huh?
So, what?
I thought you were interrupting me.
No,
Go.
what the? No, we couldn't hear you. What'd you say?
Oh, I said we still got to talk about WWE. We got 25 minutes left.
We're going to talk about WWE now, folks. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of WWE, if you click the link in the description, yes, acknowledge our tribal chief. If you click the WWE shop link in the description, or the one that my man John's gonna drop in the live chat for us right now, and you use promo code WWE24, you get free shipping on any order that's $25 or more before tax, and it's a great way to help out the show. So yeah, click the link. Or a title. Fuck, get a title belt. That,
Yeah.
I kind of want one. Look at those. Look at Joe. Motherfucker's got 3 of them. Who needs 3? You're greedy. Send me that one in the middle.
Yeah, Roman Reigns doesn't need that 3.
You can't have
I'll send it back to you. I just want to hang it up here. Yeah. I'm just kidding.
It doesn't matter what you want.
Yeah, I know. Fair enough. So yeah, let's talk WWE now that I shilled a little bit more. This was interesting to me. What did you guys think about this temporary? Okay, so they bookend the show, which the Bloodline normally does. So I kind of just want to talk about this storyline overall, then we can get into
the Bloodline is contracting talent now.
Yeah, so they're cutting a deal. Yeah, they're cutting a deal with the Judgment Day. They're like, hey, we'll take care of your little Eddie or Eddie Guerrero. My bad. Sorry. Rest in peace, Eddie. Your Rey Mysterio problem. We'll take care of your Rey Mysterio problem if you'll take care of our Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Stoner problem. For those of you who don't know, Matt Riddle.
Can you say the Usos are irrelevant now? Can you say it?
They're getting there. They're getting there. So the Bloodline is the open. So they have this whole opening, whatever. Then the first match of the night is Solo Sikoa beating Rey.
I did like the interaction before we get to the match. I'm talking about that opening promo.
No, I'm not even going to talk about the match.
Solo Sikoa stuff.
I'm not. You're killing me, bro. I'm not talking about the match. I'm going to do bullet points, and then we'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. So all I was saying was that the Bloodline and the Judgment Day deal opens up the show, and then we immediately go into the Bloodline's part of honoring the deal, which is the Sikoa Rey match, which we can talk about later. And then the show ends with the Judgment Day not upholding their end of the deal, being defeated by Owens, Riddle, and Zayn. So before we get into the matches or details, I like how they did this. I like how they were making it all about the Bloodline, and now they're pulling in the Judgment Day. What are your thoughts on this? What do you think? Where do you think this is going to go? Are they trying to turn Judgment Day to like a face faction, or do you think they're trying to do something where like it causes some kind of conflict where they break, because we got the draft coming? Maybe they're just going to start breaking people up. What do you guys think about this overarching?
They're showing cracks in the armor that is the Bloodline. That's what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're saying, Usos, you haven't been able to get the job done. We're going to contract people now to do it.
Well, but they lost. See, Sikoa won, and then
and Sikoa's going to keep winning, but the Usos are going to keep losing.
No, Sikoa wins again on SmackDown. When we get to SmackDown, he beats Matt Riddle.
I said that. I said he's going to keep winning.
Yeah.
He's going to keep winning, but the Usos are going to continue to lose.
So, Johnny,
what's that?
No, I was you.
For me, like, I like the action, and I mean, like, Judgment Day did lose at the end, but to me, I liked all the little nuances in this episode-long storyline. Like, to me, like, the highlights were the Rhea and Solo stare down.
Right.
You're like, yo, Solo, you're tough, but you want none of mommy.
No, I know. Like, look, like Remo saying that Rhea moving to stay in front of Solo was great. Yeah, that was from Remo in the chat.
But I did love the mid-show promo where Finn was just like, it was like, and Heyman's reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you hear him off screen after he calls Roman, he's like, yeah, he said I was dying.
Walking off.
I was dying because I'm a huge Balor fan, and I like when they let his personality show because he could be a sarcastic prick, and I love that
big time.
Heel Finn Balor is my favorite Finn Balor.
Oh yeah, he's just such a. I agree. I didn't
he basically did not acknowledge the bloodline.
Actually, I don't agree, but I kind of do. So let me qualify that. If we're not including the demon in with Finn Balor, I agree. My favorite version of the wrestler Finn Balor is the demon. I don't understand. They really had something special there, and they fucked it up.
And they have buried it.
Outings. It's stupid.
It's horrible.
So I don't know if you guys know this, Johnny. You might know this.
What's
that? He used to go by the Demon King. Okay.
Yes.
And the reason he doesn't go by Demon King anymore is because there's a local wrestler here in Vegas who's gone by the name the Demon King for a very, very long time. We used to be friends on Facebook. He actually posted, he covered the, pertinent stuff. He posted a picture of a check from WWE that they sent him.
Wow.
Because as a settlement.
Yeah.
And that's why now Finn Balor's not the Demon King. He's just the demon. Johnny, did you know this story? And do you know who this wrestler is here locally?
I believe I do, but I don't want to name drop him.
No, I'm not saying you got a name drop him, but I think it was was he in Freak Show or was he?
It's in Freak Show. Yeah.
It was Freak Show. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, he wrestles for both, for FSW and Freak Show. So,
okay.
I think I know who it is, and I don't want to say the wrong name.
Mm-hmm. So, Remo in the chat has another interesting point. He says Heyman and Priest seem to have some kind of understanding going on. That's interesting. What do you guys think about that?
I love it. You've heard me say on the show before, Priest needs to be a solo act. He needs to be.
Dude, he did. No, I love.
I love him.
We've talked about this. Yeah, I love him too. And he's deceptively huge.
Yes.
He's just. And he does the razor's edge. I mean, come on.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually met Damian Priest in person. That man dwarfs me. He's got a good 2 feet on me. He's over 6 feet.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
He's massive human.
And
I bet he's like at least 6'5", 6'6", at least.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at.
I'll look it up for you. Continue with the show.
Oh, okay. He's 6'5". I called it.
Oh, you got it?
Yep. Nailed it. 6'5".
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. That was the bookend stuff. Do we want to talk what else happened on Raw?
I mean,
Belair defeated what's her name? Kairi Sane or whatever? No.
Don't be blaspheming. What the hell's wrong with
she be?
Kairi Sane kicks ass. The Pirate Princess is awesome.
Oh no, Dakota. No, not Dakota. The other.
Io Sky.
Thank you.
Io Sky.
Yeah, isn't that? Yeah. So Belair defeated her.
Sad thing is that didn't make the Hulu cut. Wasn't that a championship match?
It was.
It was, and everybody knew she wasn't going to win it.
Yeah, I mean, if I had,
she did do what more wrestlers need to do, though. She went after the hair. She went after the hair. She did do that. So kudos to her. Good job.
So I'm gonna pass the baton because our producer Bill said this would happen because we didn't have a commercial break. I have to leave to pee, so I will be back. You guys take it from here.
Go, man. I'm
not a race car driver. I'm not wearing a diaper. I love you guys.
I don't have it in front of me, but I know that Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez came out. I don't think they wrestled. They wrestled on SmackDown.
No, they were in their evening gown. They were in
they were doing
and then Chelsea Green, that dastardly hot mess, threw water in Liv Morgan's
face. They were coming out to watch a match between the Karens and God, who did they wrestle? It was a couple of nobodies, wasn't it? It was
Hulu cut.
Oh, what really? It didn't make the cut?
None of this stuff made the Hulu cut.
Really? Okay. Well,
I only knew about the water thing because they called back to it on SmackDown.
Right. Yeah. She threw a glass of water in her face, but yeah, it was I want to say it was, God, I can't even remember who it was. It was some Japanese talent and some other wrestler. I can't remember who it was. It was a couple of nobodies, and the Karens beat them. And then, Chelsea Green threw a glass of just what she did was she took a bottle of water, squished it, and threw it in her face at the same time.
I love me some
Yeah,
Chelsea
that
Green.
was pretty funny.
I love
But
me some
yeah, that they did that. I'm trying to think what else went on. Oh yeah, they were talking. A lot of draft spots were going on, like talking about if people were they hinted at the Street Profits being busted up. They hinted at Alpha Academy getting busted up.
I see Alpha Academy getting busted up.
Yeah,
I see them moving. I because with Otis, I think
Otis, that was the spot. It was Pierce having to deal with guys talking about the draft and who was going to put up and what, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Remo just said Dakota lost to Bianca, not Io. Io's match hasn't happened yet. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Because Hulu completely dropped.
Io might have been one of the chicks that was wrestling against the Karens. She might have been one of the chicks that was wrestling against them. I can't remember, man. It's
you need to pay attention to Io Sky. She's amazing.
I like her, but her
NXT run was phenomenal.
I like Kairi Sane. I think they're idiots for letting that girl go.
No, she wanted to go. She got married.
She did. I know she
got married. It was post pandemic.
Yeah.
She knew if she went back to Japan to get married that she wouldn't be back because of the quarantine thing. They have like a mandatory 3-month quarantine.
Right. They have to stay. Yeah. And
so
that's why she went back to Stardom.
Kairi is open to it. The latest news I heard is that Kairi Sane and WWE have an open door policy. If Kairi wants to come back, the door is open for her.
Well,
I just know that when she left, her contract was up, and it was Kairi's decision. She wasn't a roster cut. She wasn't a budget cut. She left of her own free will.
Right, and it was shortly after she got concussed by Charlotte too. And that's one thing I didn't like. I know you
Charlotte or Nia Jax. It was Nia that did that.
No, it was Charlotte. Charlotte did it too.
Well, I remember Nia Jax rang her bell pretty good.
Yeah,
it looked ugly. Bowling shoe ugly, as JR would say.
But I'm a big Tessa Blanchard fan, and one of my favorite matches ever was in the first Mae Young Classic. That first round one between Kairi and Tessa was awesome. Dude.
Can we please redeem Tessa's character? I miss seeing her in a ring.
Me too.
I really do.
And we're gonna say, we just interviewed Nikki Victory. It'll be on here at the beginning of next month.
Okay.
And she's wrestling her in June.
Excellent.
So, yeah, it's a smaller promotion, but yeah, they're wrestling in June.
Tessa needs a big stage. I've met the woman.
Does it's a shame. She's my favorite female wrestler going today, but
I've actually
wrestling
met
in gymnasiums trying to fix her personality. You know what I mean?
It's just whatever.
Oh man, I'm about to be solo because my man Danny has gone to the bathroom and my man Johnny is going robotic. So. But I guess I better pull up the Raw thing. Johnny, stop talking. You are roboting like a son of a gun. You're scaring our guests, bro. He can't hear me, and there he goes. I guess Danny has decided that he needed to mow the grass while he was going to the bathroom, so I'm all by myself. But yeah, the main event saw Riddle and the Kevin Owens bunch against this bunch of whack jobs, and yeah, it was a good show. I mean, I liked a lot of the melee.
I wasn't mowing the grass. I'm not going to give you any details, but let's just say I was wrong about needing to pee.
I got you.
Leave it at
anyway, tell them how the show wrapped so we can.
Yes, Whiskey Jack.
Sorry,
thank you, Whiskey Jack.
It's okay, brother.
Calling me out. Look at that.
My whole house literally just lost power.
Yep.
Like seriously, my whole house just literally lost power.
That's cool, man.
For like 3 seconds, and then everything fired back up.
Hey, I got you covered, man. I got both of you covered. Worry not.
I just switched my phone Wi-Fi on. Like I'm on my phone hotspot now because my router's still booting up.
But anyway, the main event on
what were you
Raw.
saying?
Tell us about that, Danny, and unmute yourself.
So what, Joe, what you were making a point when I cut out.
What?
It was about
okay. Well,
Tessa needing to come back.
Oh, okay.
But it's fine.
Yes.
It's fine. The moment has passed. He is continuing to mute himself and have a conversation.
No,
tell us about the main event, bro. Tell us about the main event.
The main event. Yeah.
Raw. The main event.
It's we already talked about it. We bookended the show with it. Like,
Yeah.
or the, it was Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Matt Riddle defeat the New Day. Discuss.
Yeah, well, there was an all-out melee at the end of it. The Usos came out
the
there.
New Day? It's the Judgment Day.
Yeah, he said the New Day. Yeah,
Did I say the New Day?
There's no hope. There's no hope between your power problems and his. Shall
it's
we
not
say,
working yet. Clearly, we'll see in 6 weeks.
Orifice problems. Yeah, we're gonna have a
weeks.
lot of fun down the stretch here. I can see.
Yeah.
But there was a big melee after the match. You need to tell them about the melee after the match, right?
No,
the
you
Usos
do it,
come
man.
down, right?
You do it.
Whooping ass.
sorry.
And then when the Usos came out,
Oh, the Usos,
the World Order came out, and it was just an all-out brawl at the end of the show. It was
I had
crazy.
something funny I wanted to say to Johnny earlier. I forgot to mention. So isn't it funny? The LWO, remember like back in WCW, if you were in the LWO, it was pretty much like you were guaranteed to lose every match you were in. Do you remember that? That was kind of like a funny joke about it.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that ever since Ray's hooked up with the LWO,
They've lost
Nobody wins. None of them win. They don't.
So, anyways, but yeah, so yeah, like they're gonna really help in this final segment when they come out.
Hey, they achieved what they wanted. They got a couple of 619s on Dominic.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
We got that happened.
Dominic,
anyway,
probably my when we do our end of year thing, I know we still got, several months left of the year, like 7 or 8 months left. But man, he's quickly becoming my favorite heel. He might be my heel of the year. Like he's like, I need to see more Dominic doing shitty Eddie Guerrero cheating tactics. You know what I mean?
I will say, like, the SmackDown I was at a few weeks ago, the one before Mania, he was.
First of all, I ain't gonna acknowledge
that
the
most heat of anybody there.
Yeah, no, he gets great heat. Hey, look at this, Whiskey Jack. I totally agree. If you watched my show on Wednesday, better continuity than the Mandalorian, he said.
That's awesome, Whiskey.
Because I tell you what,
awesome.
Like Mandalorian season 3 was the drizzling shits, man. And I'm pretty sure that
don't get derailed. We've only got about 10 minutes left to cover SmackDown. Get to work, sir.
Don't you?
Okay. Oh, look at this.
Now, freaking Mando season 3. I loved it.
It was fucking terrible, bro. And we'll talk about that. This is why I wish you could come on my Wednesday show. Goes from the Coast.
Tell you what, have it after 6 p.m. and I can be on it. Maybe.
Goes from the Coast says WWE has great talent, but that booking is horrendous. So, like, whose booking's worse, Ghost? WWE's or Tony Khan's? Because we might disagree on that. That'd be interesting. I should do a
right now. Khan's is worse.
Hey, John, producer, throw a poll in the YouTube for me, for the people in the chat to vote on whose booking's worse, WWE, Tony Khan. Like, let's see what the chat has.
Let's run a quick 5-minute poll because we only got 10 minutes.
Yeah, we got 10 minutes. We run an 8-minute poll. Whatever.
Sadly, I don't have that power because I don't have access to Pop Culture Minefields.
That's all right. They can comment.
Damn you bastard!
You bastards! Get to the chopper.
You son of a bitch. Okay.
So,
all righty.
How did the show
I guess we need to talk about
SmackDown.
Yeah, all right. So SmackDown. Hold up. Sorry.
This is how
SmackDown. Oh, okay. So this is funny. This goes to my LWO comment. It opens with hold up. That's not. So Judgment Day take on LWO, which is the leader. I forget his name, and Ray. And
Santos Escobar.
Thank you. Yeah. Like Santos. What'd you say?
Escobar.
Man, they gotta fucking like whiten that name up or something. I don't know. Anyway,
wow!
You didn't just go there, did you? It's
kidding.
the LWO, sir. Learn how to pronounce it.
Hey, well, they lost again. Surprise, surprise. I'm telling you, they're doing this WCW shit with it. It's hilarious. To the Judgment Day. Johnny, let me hand it off to you first, and then we'll get Joe's thoughts. I'll close it out.
I gotta formulate a thought. I just
did my racist comment throw you off? Although
yes, it really did. Okay. You're gonna get us demonetized.
Hey, look, the reason I say shit like that, for those who can't see it, come here, baby. I got a smoking hot Latina woman, so I get a fucking pass. Okay, so kiss my ass. Anyway, go ahead, Johnny.
Well,
she, when she gets mad at me, she rattles off.
Damian Priest showed that he's the muscle in the faction, and that's all that matters.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. No, Damian Priest, I've been preaching this for a while. Man needs to be on his own. Uh-oh.
There she is.
She heard me.
Yep. And she coming to get you.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Cece.
How are you?
What's up?
You talking shit?
No, I'm not talking shit. What are you talking
about?
No,
he's not talking shit.
No, I'm not talking shit.
No, he's actually, he's not talking shit. He's just being a goof. He's being his dork self.
Flying around.
Yeah. Please don't throw a chocolate at me. All right.
Right.
We're good. Sorry about that.
He's being the dork,
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a foregone conclusion.
Oh my God. Whiskey Jack, I love you, bro. Look at what he said.
Jones.
Come on, read it. Yeah, beautiful. No, we should go for alliteration. Santos Smith. There we go.
Santos Smith.
That's it. Santos Smith and Jones. That's it.
Oh yeah.
Alias Santos and Jones.
It's like sounds like an attorney's office or something.
And before he even highlights it, I'm gonna go ahead and read this because we need to drop at least one F-bomb during the show. The Ghost from the Coast says, "No wonder I like you, dork, you crazy F." There you go.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'm here all week. I'm here for the next let's see, how many minutes is it now?
6 minutes.
So get to it,
or
sir.
7. Okay, so after the LWO comically lost again. No, sorry, that was Raw. No, that was SmackDown. Wow,
that's SmackDown.
Both
Come
shows.
on, man.
Yeah, both. Well, no, it's confusing because both shows started with an LWO match.
I know.
That resulted in a loss. The next one, my new. They might just be my new favorite tag team. Braun Strowman and Ricochet defeated the Viking.
That was a highly entertaining match.
It was, but
it was.
Did you guys? I nearly did a spit take. He does that thing where he tries to throw Ricochet into the Viking Raiders, but instead Ricochet misses by like half the ring, and it just looks like Braun Strowman's beating the shit out of his partner. That was so funny.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty.
What'd you guys say? I'm glad.
Oh
the
yeah,
Viking Raiders lost because
it was huge. But what I really dig is their finisher, man. When instead of going to the top ring rope, he gets on Braun Strowman's shoulders, which is actually higher than the top turnbuckle.
Oh hell yeah! Does a
that's
senton?
Really cool. Yeah,
I would be. I understand why, because the senton's scary enough. I was talking to somebody, I can't remember who. They were like, "Why doesn't Ricochet do because with the point you just made, it's even higher.
It's even higher.
Why doesn't he do his dope ass finishing, 640 or whatever the fuck it is?" I'm like, dude, because
he's used to doing it off a top turnbuckle.
Not just that, not just that, but I mean, he's standing on sweaty traps of a monster.
He could slip at any second.
I mean, that would
nut himself on Homeboy's skull.
Yeah, I'm like, a senton is risky enough, bro. Just be happy with that. Exactly. Remo says it right there. That finisher's cool, but it's risky as hell. And I don't want to see Ricochet. I don't want to see Ricochet end up like Draws. I don't want him to end up in a wheelchair for the rest of his life, man.
No, that would suck.
Yeah. So after that, highly entertaining. They just for those who didn't watch, they did redeem themselves. They redid the spot and actually hit it. Which was cool.
They did.
Then we had a women's tag title match, and I actually, it was. I tell you what, I know it was an accident, but the team up of DeVille and Green is
fucking. The Karens are awesome. God, they are.
I'm loving it because it was originally going to be Carmella and Green, and then I guess Carmella got hurt. I'm digging this way more than Carmella. Sorry, goddess of Staten
and if they
Island
book it right, this is going to be a good program between these two teams. It's going to be really good. Because you've got, and it's funny. Just listen to me real quick, Danny. I got to tell you this. When I was in basic training, I was the smallest guy in my company. I'm like 5'11", 125 pounds at the time at 18 years old, right? And they put me with a dude that was Mojo Rawley size. Okay,
shit,
huge.
Did he get you to stay hype?
And that's basically what you have with our current tag team champions in the women's division. You've got the smallest girl on the roster, Liv Morgan, right? She's what, 90 pounds soaking wet? It's almost real territory.
With Braun Strowman's girlfriend.
Right. It's just Raquel Rodriguez is huge.
I think the only woman in the entire company who's smaller than Liv Morgan is probably Katana Chance.
Yeah, probably.
In NXT.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. Well, we got
three. Jade's pretty tiny too.
Yep.
We got to do. Oh, you know what? Hold up. I want to interact with the chat. So I don't know the answer to this question, but I bet Johnny or Joe does. That's the wrong one. Okay, I think there we go. Remo, was Green doing the cop hat thing before Gigi? I don't know. Do you guys know?
Don't know.
I don't.
All I know is Green's best character has been the hot mess. I really wish she'd start doing
that's basically
WWE.
No, dude, no. This Karen gimmick is fucking tits.
It's great.
Are you kidding
but if
me?
you've never seen the hot mess,
I'm
mess
loving
is fucking awesome.
I haven't seen the hot mess, but I'm loving this Karen shit.
I do love the Karen
gimmick. The hot mess is great. All in, buddy. In All In, she was the hot mess in that fatal 4-way. With Tessa Blanchard.
Yeah, but I saw one match. I don't know what other than she just looked like she did her makeup poorly and was crazy. That's all
No. She was split in half. She's the wedding, the girl, the blushing bride in white on one side. The other side, she's a fucked up looking hooker. That's crazy.
Yeah,
she wrestles that way with different hands.
With no great frame of reference as a comic book fan. Again, just some crazy bitch with bad makeup. I mean, like Two-Face, or
you're right. The program that they've put her in, it's kind of like, what was that when Mick Foley was running the thing over there? Who was the two guys he put together that ended up being a great tag team together? Do you remember that when Mick Foley was running Raw for a little bit? And he slammed the two of them together?
I don't think I was watching Raw then. I think that was during my hiatus.
But it's basically the same thing. They just slam two people together to get a tag team going.
A Franken
and
team.
It is, and now people are calling them the Karens. I don't think we're the only ones that call them the Karens.
Yeah. No? So are you?
Then how many Karen gimmicks do you need in one company? Because wasn't Bailey a Karen gimmick?
No, Bailey's dropped it. Bailey's dropped
it.
Okay. Because I said the same thing a few weeks ago. Bailey's totally dropped the Karen thing, which is kind of unfortunate because she was doing really good. But I can see how management would be like, look, we can't have two Karens. That's her thing. We wouldn't let her do it. You're Bailey. We'll get
wrap
you
it up,
Danny.
We gotta go, man.
Oh, I'm gonna make a first time solicitor of the oldest profession and wrap it up. So here we go. We didn't get to finish talking about SmackDown, so I'm going to do a quick super rundown. Gunther defeated Woods for the IC title like he was ever
great match.
And Sikoa, great match. Solo Sikoa defeated Matt Riddle and beat the shit out of him afterwards. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to Pop Culture Minefield's Dork Side of the Ring. Be sure to support us with the sponsor links in the description, and thank you so much. We'll see you next week.
Keep on.